in the nation in UCLA.
A lot of things going to have to go their way, obviously, but they come in at 9-6. Tip is up, and it goes to the Bruins in white. But it starts with defense. It starts with the defense no matter what this Washington team wants to do. Their defense has to create a lot of opportunities as the quick pass around, and Neepkins, the three ball no good, and not able to hang on and not get the box out. Another chance for UCLA.
I think Washington, a sigh of relief after Gianna Neepkins had an open look from three. She does not miss very many of those.
Well, she sure doesn't. 45% three-point shooter, and there's a takeaway by Sellers. An opportunity to maybe get some offense before the defense gets set, but UCLA did a nice job getting back and knocked to the floor. Neepkins will say out on them, and it's going to stay with the Huskies.
I like the aggressiveness from Savia Sellers going right into Kiki Rice, trying to draw some contact in transition. Didn't get the call, as that is one you don't see very often. As our official today tried to hand the ball to Savia Sellers, and it was almost a turnover. She couldn't handle the heat.
Too much on it. Finally gets it inbound. El Ladine, senior out of San Francisco. Her 21st game and 20th start on the year. On the screen for Howell. The transfer, the first points of the game. That's a good sign for Washington.
Well, that is what UCLA wants to do, force Avery Howell, the sharpshooter, off the three-point line. That was a contested jumper over the 6'7" Lauren Betts. This is a tough look that Avery Howell was able to knock down. The screen used well, picks Charlize Ledger-Walker, and it gives her a little bit of room to nail the jumper.
So a quick foul already. Yulia Grabovskaya, the senior, commits one away from the ball, and so already going to the bench. Bryn McGoy comes in to guard Betts.
And McGoy has started the last 3 games, did not get the start today. Grabovskaya at 6'5", a good post defensively against Betts.
Saw Sellers try to go down and help, but Betts above everybody, banks it up, ties it up. The Huskies still looking to try to push. That's something that Tina Langley really wanted from the get-go with this group, being able to get out in transition when they can, but under control.
Well, I think with Lauren Betts back in the paint, patrolling at 6'7", you want to try to get some shots up before she's set defensively.
Yeah, if you can do it, that's a good plan. Shot clock to 5. Nice screen for Sellers. Hyarker catches the iron, and Howe, another chance. Good hustle on the offensive glass. And another one. This one to Steins.
That is the MO for Washington. They crash the offensive glass, very effective in chasing their own miss down and creating opportunities.
Good spacing by the Huskies. Shot clock again to 5. McGoy recognizing and needs some help. He tries to pivot around and fade it, but Betts with that length, too much.
Bryn McGoy just had the grenade at the end of the shot clock with 6'7" Lauren Betts, last year's National Defensive Player of the Year. This is Betts on the other end, just too strong. That is going to her weak shoulder over the right one, and no problem at all, and then just pushing up defensively. I don't know if she'll get credit for that block with the shot clock winding down, but effective nonetheless.
Yeah, she made it happen as Kiki Rice gets knocked to the floor. She's going to get free throws.
If you have a rule, it is don't foul Kiki Rice, 89% foul shooter this season.
There you see Corey Close in her 15th season, and also some accolades for her, National Coach of the Year last year, getting her team to their first Final Four. What a season it was last year, winning the Big Ten tournament after coming in second in the regular season. 346 wins in her career as a head coach. Free throws good. We're talking today about defensive rebounding being a big area of focus for her team.
See onto the floor, Angela Dugalic at 6'4", playing the head of the press.
Yeah.
The full court pressure. That is the kind of athleticism and defensive versatility that Dugalic can bring.
I mean, there are multiple pros on this UCLA team, no doubt about it. And Dugalic comes in off the bench. She's absolutely one of them. Shot clock down again. stifling defense and forcing the turnover. That's at least 3 possessions in a row where that shot clock has been way down for Washington. UCLA's D is not letting them have anything. They work it inside, and Betts muscles it up.
Yeah, not much that McGoy could do there. That's Lauren Betts just being tough, strong, getting position, and then not letting Bryn McGoy get off of the seal.
4 points for Lauren Betts. Senior out of Centennial, Colorado. Incredible season she had last year, and she's up for every award this year as well. As the lane opened up on the right side and scooping it up. That's Avery Howell with the bucket.
Avery Howell, the mid-range jumper down, now the straight line drive down.
And almost a takeaway there. She hustles at both ends. Really an impressive defense. I think of her as such a shooter, but her defense is even just as impressive.
This is a player right here, puts it on the deck, scores with the shot block opportunity, but Howell leads the Big Ten in defensive rebounds per game at 6 foot. She is such a hard worker. Lauren Betts on the other end, just too big, too strong, too good to stop down low.
Baseline jumper, Dugalich gets fouled in the process. So many scoring weapons for UCLA. Foul's gonna go against Sellers, her first, so 3 team fouls on the Huskies already. Got a chance to chat with Dugalich a little bit at practice today. Love her game.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, this is a player that will be drafted in the WNBA draft whenever it is gonna happen, hopefully sooner rather than later, but she comes off the bench. She started the last 2 years at UCLA. But with the addition of Gianna Neepkins and going to a 4-guard lineup, Dugalich has come off the bench. She's my leading candidate for 6th player of the year in the Big Ten Conference, but she is a pro body. She's on the Serbian national team and did a phenomenal job with them. She's got that international experience. She's a native of Illinois. Her game is so versatile, especially defensively. She's just one of the many players for UCLA that the scouts are looking at.
And just in incredible conditioning and shape, as you mentioned, playing with the Serbian national team this past summer. And kind of bouncing back and forth, but boy, she's got that basketball IQ as fresh legs have come in. A couple of different players. The other Betts, Sienna, 16 in white, as well as Lena Bilic, the freshman from Croatia. Kiki Rice with the play call. Rice had to talk that one in, but it was nothing but net.
That is just the development of Kiki Rice's game and her versatility as Steins gets to go to the free throw line. But Kiki Rice, every single season as a Bruin, has increased her percentages from deep. This is a 3-pointer on the move, off the dribble, with a hand in her face. That is a tough make from long range, and she is over 40% this season from deep. Combined with her ability to get downhill and go left or right, I mean, she has become one of the best weapons in this conference and in the nation at over 15 points per game.
Yeah, last year connecting on 31 threes, 36%. That number up to 42% shooting behind the arc. Much improved for Kiki Rice.
Combined with a career high in makes.
Yes.
So better volume and better efficiency.
Looking for the left wing that time. Won't go. And the Huskies continue to push. Dean on the trail. Loses the D momentarily. Shot won't go though.
A nice job by UCLA to get back, force Ledeen off the line. She's an electric 3-point shooter, and she missed in the midi.
Smaller defender on Dugalich. She recognizes it and bats it back out to one of her teammates with the help D sagging down, using the screen. Shot from Bilic, no good. And again, Dugalich. This time though into the hands of Steins. She'll bring it back out. Chloe Briggs, the junior from Ontario, California. Into the game for the Huskies. There's a little scrub of Skaya back in. We almost throw it away. Good job by Steins to hang on. Dean. Moves her way in, fakes one way, goes the other. Shot just too much on it. Looks for the Huskies, just not falling right now.
He did a nice show and go move, had an open look from about 4 feet out, but hitting it off the back iron.
Those are the ones they could use against this Bruins team as Neepkins, a crossover, gets the jumper to go. Her first points of the game.
Yeah, Neepkins known as that three-point shooter, but she scores at all 3 levels.
Transfer from Utah, and a nice bank there, Steins.
Well, and I thought Steins could have attacked Kiki Rice in the last possession. She kicked it out, got a decent look, but I love the aggressiveness on that possession by Steins to get into the paint and make something happen.
And I think the Huskies have had a big focus on trying to make the extra pass, not just go rogue quite as much, and so maybe thought, I better bring it back out on the last one, but I'm with you, probably could have taken it at her. Sheena Betts, little fader, right baseline, weak side boards though, Dugalich, right place, right time. Timeout here at Poly Pavilion, 3:46 remaining, first quarter, the Bruins.
Oregon, so tonight to claim a share of the Big Ten regular season title, and then a chance to win an outright one with 2 games left after that. So this is a special time for the UCLA Bruin program.
It really is. You know, 15-0, as you said, but a win tonight guarantees them at least a share of the regular season. They will face Wisconsin for Senior Day on Sunday, and they will finish things off at USC the next weekend before the Big Ten tournament. They don't want to share it this year. They'd like to go ahead and take it themselves, but got to take care of it.
As Corey Close and the Bruins are, no, they're not sharing. They don't want to share this year, so they've got work to do.
3.5 left here in the first quarter. We'll see if the Huskies can find some offense. The shots have been decent looks. They just have not been able to get them to fall.
Well, they have a mismatch. McGoy had Hawkes down on the block after Sellers forced the switch, but McGoy could not do any damage with the smaller Hawkes on her.
7 on the shot clock. Get it into McGoy, quick shot and good. That's a nice answer out of that timeout.
Well, I love that for McGoy, coming off, ready to shoot on the baseline out of bounds play. Just no hesitation with Betts closing out.
Her first points of the game, Ledger Walker. And they work it into Betts. Lost the D momentarily and just barely missed the shot right there.
I don't think Betts realized McGoy was on the deck. She had all kinds of room and just had the mid-range instead of going up for the layup.
And it definitely made her think of it, although if you're Betts, you've had 2 and 3 help defenders coming at you at every chance as well. And there is Tina Langley in her 5th season as the head coach with this Huskies team. Got her team to the NCAA tournament. What a run they made going into the Big Ten tournament, and then made it to the first 4 round, but did a lot of positives and just didn't quite get enough games under their belt in time, but nonetheless made it to the tournament, and nothing but net for Sellers.
Xavier Sellers, that was from deep, well beyond the 3-point line, and that thing touched nothing but net.
Inconsistency has been the biggest issue for the Huskies. They've had some incredible quarters where they've scored over 20+ points, and then others where they've barely been able to score double figures. And so it's just been a little inconsistency by this group as Betts tries to work her way in and gets it to go.
Now Lauren Betts, that time patient, no double team there in time, and just taking her time, working her way in for the little baby hook.
6 points for Lauren Betts. A little bit better balanced scoring attack so far for the Bruins. Tried the back cut. Just under 2 minutes left, first quarter. It's been a fairly fast pace. Kick it out, Howell off the iron.
That's a great job of playmaking by Sabia Sellers, reading the defense as she got in the paint. Howell's feet were set. If they will love that shot, that will be productive.
Oh, that's the other bet, Sienna, freshman and sister of Lauren. Nice seal off down low as McCoy thought she was gonna have a layup, and Hawkes gets back on the defense.
Betts taking her time, just working into the lane. That's her strong hand over her left shoulder and is able to score easily. Just such a tough matchup. And then it's sister time. Sienna Betts, the natural southpaw, the true freshman number 2 recruit in the nation. What a 1-2 punch the Betts sisters can be.
You got that right. Sienna, 3-time Colorado Gatorade Player of the Year. Help D coming over from Neepkins, and it pays off. Tipped into the hands of Ledger Walker, and then Betts trying to run it. Nice job by Grabovskaya to get back defensively, though.
Well, Lauren Betts can really run the floor. And we were talking with Tina Langley earlier today at shoot-around saying, Yulia Grabovskaya, number 55, she is 6'5" and strong, but she loves to run the floor, plays so hard, and that time was able to tip it away.
But she's got to pick and choose when she should and shouldn't do it, because they want to keep her out there. She picked up a quick foul earlier, and you want to keep her out there as long as you can. And the Huskies continue to push, trying to get ahead of the D. They've got great looks, but they just have not been able to connect.
Open look from 3 feet set. No defender near the area for Coppinger. That's the shot. If you're going to pull off the big upset on the road against number 2, you got to make those.
They average about 7 threes a game, the Huskies do. 8 a game for the Bruins. But right now, Washington 1 for 5 out there, but only 1 for 4 by the Bruins. That's a plus for the Huskies as well. And just not able to get it. Tipped out long, and Ledger Walker comes up with it. Can't say enough about Charlize Ledger Walker coming back after the ACL injury, the transfer from Washington State.
Yeah, her career high coming against this purple and gold squad. She put up 40 in Seattle when she was a Washington State Cougar, and that one touching snow.
Neepkins, the high archer, and straight through is raining her.
When Lauren Betts is on the floor, I think even her being on the floor, looming in the paint, teams are always swinging their head. Where is she? Where is she? Is she going to be able to block my shot anytime you get into the paint? And it's difficult.
And you saw the free throw differential. They've gotten to the line the Bruins have 6 times, and they've been perfect as Betts had little contact, but then fades away and gets it.
That's an impossible shot to defend. You're 6'7", taking a little contact, fading away.
No.
That's a thing of absolute beauty for Betts.
Naismith, WBCA and Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year last year, but also a first-team All-American, and now a takeaway there as Dugalich gets the start this second quarter. And they're going to keep going to the high-low. Good help D coming over with Howell. Or excuse me, that was actually Coppinger who's come in.
Yeah, this is a brilliant move. Watch the footwork, spins away from the weak side of Coppinger, trying to get her hand in there, whips it through, and then finishes with the soft touch.
UCLA is connected on just 2 threes so far as Rice takes another one, trying to make it 3. Neepkins long rebound. Oh, but guess who's open? You can't double team the ball there because Betts wide open. But an area that Tina Langley talked with us about is the Huskies looking ahead. Beautiful little lefty baby hook from Grabovskaya. But Tina Langley told us, she said, look, we're going to try to do everything we can against Lauren Betts. But if UCLA starts getting hot behind the arc, she's not just going to give up threes either. You might have to give up something to Betts.
Well, three is worth more than two. So as much as you want to contain Betts, the threes kill you. And that also kills you. That's why UCLA is the most efficient offense in the nation. 126 points on 100 possessions.
12 points for Lauren Betts already, and that one from Howell just misses.
These are good high percentage looks for Washington, and they have to continue to take these shots. They are open. These are shots that could stop dropping. They have throughout the season, but don't want to hesitate.
Dugalich, smaller defender, gets her own putback. And Washington comes in shooting 45% from the floor, but UCLA comes in stopping their opponents at just 35% shooting. And right now they have the Huskies below that at 33%. You think so much about UCLA and their 86 points a game, but their defense has been spectacular this year as well.
Look at Charlize Ledger-Walker moving her feet, cutting off the path of Howell. Excellent defense.
Skip across, Sellers was there off the iron, and it's batted around. They'll say over the back. It's going to go the other way. Good box out by the Bruins. Foul on Coppinger, that's her first.
So Washington has dropped to 1 of 8 from the three-point line. This is a Washington team that shoots it at a high clip. It's part of their offense that is dialed in 35% as a team. And Xavier Sellers, Avery Howell, both up there, some of the best in the conference, but they just have not been able to get on track yet against this stingy Bruin defense.
A 15-2 run for UCLA. Hawkes. Great spacing for the Bruins. Ledger-Walker draws two defenders. Finds Betts at the front of the rim. Long rebound. Howell's going to push. Hands it off to Sienna Harvey, who's come into the game. Freshman out of Victoria, Australia. 4 freshmen for Washington this year. New additions, a couple of transfers. 5 seniors stuck around the first recruit class, 14 at Langley. Shot clock to 4. Got to recognize, and blocked by Sienna Betts. Just got the hand up. Hawkes around and won't drop. And a good box out by the Huskies.
Excellent job. Charlize Ledger-Walker right there with Sellers in transition, close enough to touch. Wouldn't allow her to squeeze off a 3.
Sellers averages 19 points per game right now with just 3. She draws so much attention. She's been dishing it out, trying to find her teammates. A couple of assists.
And she could easily have 5 assists here in the first half. She has created some open looks that just have not gone.
Get it on the inbound, and that one rattles down. Much needed bucket, especially behind the arc for the Huskies.
That was great out of bounds play and a quick release by Sellers. She got that off in a hurry and it went home.
Second made 3 of the game for Washington, and a foul underneath.
And that's one that Xavier Sellers has just got to avoid. You're in a mismatch. You're fighting Angela Dugalich, who's 6'4" in the post. Sometimes a bucket is not worth another foul, and when your leading scorer has to now sit with 2 personals with 5:54 to go, right after hitting a 3 and some momentum going, it's a killer.
And ducking under. Nice move on the baseline. Hawkes with the hoop.
So without Sellers here, and you're already in a deficit, if you're Washington, you have got to find scoring. Somebody has to step up and be aggressive, searching for shots.
Now nowhere to go. Help D, spot on. Up top, around and won't go though for Bryn McGoy. Freshman out of Colfax, Washington. Really like her game.
Well, she has been lighting it up in practice from deep. She hasn't gone on track yet in the game, but you can tell it is only a matter of time.
Oh, just beautiful seal off. The high-low game has been there all game long so far for UCLA. And of course is the timeout by the Huskies.
Boy, the two-post lineup for UCLA is lethal. Angela Dugalich, 6'4" at the 4 spot, just too strong down inside the lane. Betts finds the post-to-post look. Second.
Leading scorer for Washington, Savia Sellers, with 2 personals sitting and watching right now. Fouls have also been a problem as UCLA's gotten to the line a bit more, but it's what they do. And they also defensively, with their pressure, make you maybe rush those outside shots a little bit more, as the drive from Steins won't drop with the left hand. Ledeen tries to save it, but into the hands of Hawkes. Good crossover, extra step, and beautiful touch to finish.
That was good. Open court defense by Howell, just a better move by Hawkes. Really spun, used the whole key to be able to get some room.
They've hit their last 3 shots in a row, 21-5 run. It's a tough quarter. Neepkins trying to draw the charge, and instead, it's an and one opportunity for Bryn McGoy.
And the reason why is that Neepkins turned her shoulders. You have to be set, but right here, this is a close call. And you see that it could have gone either way. It really could have. But I think Neepkins started leaning. Right here, you see her kind of like lean to the left. And I do think that's one that could have gone either way, but the reason why the officials blew it that direction is because Neepkins leaned to take the contact away. But I will say for Corey Close, working with Gianna Neepkins and her ability and desire to play defense as such a sharpshooter, she's been very pleased with her. And I think just trying to take that charge is a step in the right direction for Neepkins.
You got that right. She's been a nice fit with this group. And we'll go for Hawkes. Sheena Betts, another chance, cleans it up. Too many chances for UCLA.
They're just so balanced and they do so many things well. You close one thing down and another door opens for the UCLA offense.
Just one loss, you said a little earlier, but it was back in November to Texas, as Howe gets into the paint and the finger roll's good. 6 points for Avery Howe, the transfer from USC. She's been a nice addition for the Huskies. Really has bought into the culture that Tina Langley has been building. Oh, the positioning there for Dugalich, as Steins almost had the steal and missed it, but got a break there. McCoy fakes one way, goes the other, and just short. Betts comes up with it.
These 2 freshmen, both McDonald's All-Americans, Sienna Betts and Bryn McGoy, working on each other. It's a fun, young matchup between these post players. This is Betts, the future of this UCLA program, raising high for the rebound. Could have been an and one potentially. McGoy putting her hand in there late, but Sienna Betts powering through for a bucket.
The Bruins were trying to push, and instead Chloe Briggs stood her ground. She drew the charge, and so it'll go back to the Huskies. Just under 3 minutes left, first half. Mass substitution for UCLA as McGoy on the drive gets bumped. Yep. Lauren Betts says, yep, I got her.
Well, I love that move by McGoy, taking it to the defense, holding it out.
Right now, get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for just $5.99 a month with promo code SAVE26. You get access to hundreds of live Big Ten sporting events, full and condensed replays, and highlights. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to BigTenPlus.com. Make sure to enter SAVE26 when selecting a monthly pass at checkout. Take advantage of this offer. You're going to want it. Big Ten tournament just around the corner as this regular season is winding down. Just 2 more games for these 2 teams after tonight. Free throw good for Bryn McGoy. Six points for McGoy.
I love the relationship between Tina Langley and Bryn McGoy, and she says she is a sponge, that if I give her instructions, she will follow those instructions, and she's just gotten better and better throughout this season. Wants to be coached, loves to be coached.
First 5-star recruit by Tina Langley. Washington. Gatorade Player of the Year out of state of Washington, and Huskies force the turnover.
So Washington has 2.5 minutes to try to make a dent before halftime and head into the break feeling a little bit better as they look up at the scoreboard, and those turnovers obviously are not going to be the recipe for taking some confidence into the locker room against the #2 team in America.
5th turn of the game for Washington, 4 for UCLA. Ledger Walker running the point, finds Betts in the high post. And Betts in, yep. 1v1, get it to him. Baseline jumper though, just short. Just under 2 minutes left. Oh, hands up, excellent defense. Amanda Muse, who's checked in for the Bruins. And that one for Ledger Walker around and didn't drop. Good look for her. Grabowskaia trying to lose. Betts up and under with the left hand. Good patience by the senior out of Russia. And Corey Close wants to talk things over. Not liking this last stretch that she's seen from her team.
Well, Grabowskaia with a patient move. Just undeterred by Lauren Betts. Getting down there, getting big, posting up strong. Fakes the pass. This is what you love, the footwork of going up and under around the shot blocking presence of 6'7" Betts. This is what makes it work. You get Betts to push up and then you step through with the footwork. And she's very good going to her offhand, the left hand.
The transfer from Michigan as we take a look at the tournament resume for the Washington Huskies. 4-5 in quad 1 games, and they've got some really solid, impressive wins.
Well, they have beaten #6 Michigan in the net, #8 Minnesota in the net, #14 Maryland in the net, and just got done beating their rival Oregon, who's #23 in the net. Well, they are a program that has proven that when they play well, they are capable of beating just about anybody.
Yeah, Autumn Johnson picking them as one of 12 teams from the Big Ten that should be making their way to the NCAA tournament, and it's a beautiful cut without the ball. Tegan Brown with the bucket. Ledger Walker at the other end with the layup.
You see the senior Brown getting out here making a difference for Washington and now coming away with the loose ball.
Chance to maybe get a little momentum going in at halftime. We're just under a minute remaining. Pushing it down, good look finding Grabowskaia. She's gonna get free throws.
Washington trying to get back in this single digits heading into halftime would be a win.
No doubt about it. Foul was called on Bilic, the freshman from Croatia. Her second. So she takes a seat. And Yulia Grabowskaia, senior transfer from Michigan.
And they are petitioning. They would love to get another year for Yulia Grabovskaya. This is only her 3rd year of collegiate basketball, but played in Russia. And so they would love to see if she could get a 4th year of eligibility. The 6'5" player who competed for Russia in the U20 European Challengers.
Washington on a 12-4 run. And it would be incredible if they could get her back, as the shot from Rice no good. And the rebound by Betts and the putback, knocking Grabovskaya to the court.
And that's Lauren Betts just working so hard. It's a pass to the rim when Lauren Betts is in the key. She's there and has everybody's back when they miss.
And second chance opportunities. How about 13 points off of 7 offensive rebounds for the Bruins? That was making a big difference. As the Huskies lose it there. 4 seconds left in the first half. And the inbound, the steal, a chance to add to the totals. And that one won't drop, though, for Hannah Steins. It's kind of the way the first half has felt for Washington. Those shots that they've been able to hit, not able to do it against.
Yeah, 13-0 in second chance points. And this is a good offensive rebounding team with the Washington Huskies that got shut out. They have got to turn that category around if they're going to find their way back in this game.
Well, they made a bit of a run at the end of the second quarter, and it paid off. It got them back in this one. They were only down by 3 at the end of the second quarter as far as second quarter points go. And it was not pretty at the start of it, so we'll see if they can find some answers. Shot clock down to 1. Howe recognizing, tried to draw contact. Excellent defense by UCLA. It's just been stifling at times.
Well, Washington early in that possession had an open 3 until a fast closeout, and this is what happens into the shot clock, and then you're just trying desperately to find any kind of room and to squeeze off a shot. And against Charlize Ledger-Walker and her defense, Corey Close loves the way that she has been defending all over the floor.
She's a player that maybe gets lost because of players like Lauren Betts, Kiki Rice, Neepkins, but she is the playmaker. She's the true team chemistry pulse, Coach Close says. Well, working it inside, Huskies could use more of that.
A smart play by Savia Sellers, going 1-on-2, forcing Betts to follow her through the lane, and then she gets it over to Grabovskaya, who went strong. That was a beautiful job of playmaking.
It sure was, taking the long defender of Betts and making her leave for just a second. A give and go with Jaquez and Betts. Oh, what a beautiful shot, around and won't go though. And it's tipped out, it's gonna go to Washington.
Now, Lauren Betts has been able to go to work tonight. 8 of 12, 16 points already at her average. But you know she can absolutely explode through single coverage.
Yeah, she's absolutely asking for it when she's recognized it.
And I love that for a post player. She puts her hands up and she yells when she gets possession. Yes, yes.
Beautiful little give, go. Wow, those are the ones that have to drop. That one rolled around and it doesn't fall for Grabovskaya, and it leads to the layup for Rice on the other side. Bruins finally getting a chance to push, and now the Huskies trying to work it ahead. Instead, Ledger-Walker comes up with it. And Betts was waiting for it. High to low, and it forces the Huskies timeout. We'll take it as well. 7:48 left, third quarter.
UCLA just so dangerous. This time in transition, Sellers goes for the steal, doesn't get it, and Kiki Rice goes right to the rim. Beautiful feed from Ledger-Walker, and that is money. but UCLA has double the amount of quad 1 wins. So it's a conversation the selection committee is going to have in terms of whole body of work. Much to be determined, but certainly UCLA has put themselves in a serious conversation for another #1 overall seed.
You're right about that. 10 ranked wins, 7 of those coming in Big Ten play. The conference overall has been really impressive with 7 teams in the top 25, 2 receiving votes, Washington being one of those. But how about 12 teams in the top 33 net coming in?
Well, there will be 12 teams in the NCAA tournament from the Big Ten. Last year, they set an all-time Big Ten record with 12 teams making it into the NCAA tournament. Minnesota barely missed it. They went into the WVIT and won the whole thing.
They sure did.
But another banner year in the Big Ten.
Reverse from Hawkaz won't go. Almost a steal from Neepkins. Ladine up top, too much on it. Just pushed that one a bit too much. Her shot has just been off tonight. Huskies could definitely use it.
Yeah, she did not have any points at halftime. This is a player that averaged 17 points per game last season, was second team, all Big Ten. Just trying to find the range tonight. And it is tough against this UCLA defense. Offense always gets the headlines, and they're very good offensively, the way they shoot it and with Betts inside, but their defense is just as dominant.
Their length in so many spots as Betts knocks McGoy to the floor, gets the layup to go. That foul previously was on McGoy, her second.
I think it's a good no call. I didn't think it was an offensive foul. Just let them play.
I mean, the guards for UCLA have so much length. I think it's just deceptive because they are so quick, and you think, oh, they're guards, but you know, they're 6 feet, they're 6'1", and that's exactly what the Huskies need. McGoy,
that's what we see at practice.
Yeah,
and she can fill it up. She's got beautiful rotation on that shot, and that's got to feel good for the freshman to hit her second 3 of the year.
First Husky into double figures with 11, and now a takeaway by Howell. Continuing to push. McGoy on the trail. Back-to-back buckets for her. Huskies maybe starting to settle in.
Well, still within striking distance. UCLA, it has to be hard for them mentally to not take a break when they're beating people this season by an average of 29 points per game. But there's still work to be done in this one.
Yeah. Defeating every opponent on average by 29 points. And it is tough to kind of keep yourself up and focused, but Huskies making them think about it. As we take a look at Autumn Johnson's tournament seed projections, we were just talking about that and where she thinks these teams will be seeded.
For UCLA, will they get the #1 overall seed? That is to be determined. Michigan at 2. What a phenomenal year that Kim Barnes-Arico has put together with the Wolverines. The list goes on and on. This Washington Husky squad, #7 currently in the seed line.
And that's a full court pressure by the Bruins. Sellers and Rice, contact, no whistle.
Yeah, that is a blocking foul that was let go.
McGoy fades it, Betts blocks it right to herself. And that was after a ball fake, and then they make them pay with the 3 ball. Neepkins connects. I mean, McGoy had a ball fake, and she got Betts up, but that's the length and composure of Lauren Betts defensively.
That's over 4 inches height advantage against Bryn McGoy.
She can hit another one, and does. Beautiful from the top for McGoy.
You just knew it was a matter of time for McGoy, the way that it just comes off her fingertips so pretty.
Came into this
4
one.
made 3s this season, 2 tonight.
Well, she comes in only shooting 12% with just the 2 makes, and now a couple of them here. And it's 4:30 left, but a bit of a run for the Huskies, cutting her into the deficit. Bruins still up double divot.
Wilson in her second season, the former Washington Husky guard, started her career at Rice under Tina Langley, and she's called the Bryn McCoy Whisperer for all of her work and getting her to just have confidence here as a true freshman.
Yeah, Tina Langley couldn't say enough about Lauren Wilson and what she's doing now as a coach. She's an impressive player for Tina Langley as Ledger Walker comes flying in. Offensive rebound. And Neepkins adds to the second chance points.
It's just so feathery out of the hands of Gianna Neepkins. You just think every time she lets it go, it's going to find its way home.
Oh yeah, drops it down. How? Great movement without the ball and get the assist to Chloe Briggs, excuse me.
Chloe Briggs, let's put a little sauce on that one.
Read it perfectly. As the Huskies trying to match defensive pressure and intensity. Ledger Walker waiting for the high screen. Good hesitation. Calm and cool. Long rebound. Another chance. Neepkins crosses over, fades it, sticks it. Gianna Neepkins, where she's fitting right in here at UCLA. Grad transfer from Utah. Oh, Parker Sellers, finally some threes starting to go in for the Huskies.
Oh, man. Kiki Rice was pressured up just in the jersey of Savia Sellers. She said that's enough and drilled the three.
Ledger Walker on the drive, was trying to draw some contact and finally gets the whistle to go.
Well, Kiki Rice, this defense just working it, and Savia Sellers stops on a dime, lets go with a three and drills it. But look at this pass. You go, Chloe. No look, wrap around behind the back. The bench loving it.
Now the Bruins apply.
More please, more please.
Oh, and the trap in the corner and a timeout called by Tina Langley.
3 seasons ago to knock off number 2 Stanford. Eladine had 21 points as a freshman. It was a great win. As McCoy goes down, they had something drawn up, but just losing her footing and turning it over. But Eladine is going to have to catch fire in this one. The Huskies sharpshooter just has yet to find the range in this game. 0 for 5 from the floor.
Good defense by Sienna Betts to get back for UCLA. Forcing the turnover. Dugalich squares it up, can't get it. Rebound by Sellers. Just a little over 2 minutes left, third quarter. And we're all tied up 17-17 this quarter. Much better for the Huskies. Kind of took a little of that momentum at halftime out of the into the second.
And with no Lauren Betts on the floor right now, this is where Washington, it's a sigh of relief for every opponent when Betts is watching from the bench.
Shot clock to 2. Oh, and the offensive foul. Neepkins has been trying and trying to draw one.
Third personal on Savia Sellers. You see Sellers trying to shed the defense, extending the arm, and a nice job by Neepkins that time, just holding her ground. Savia Sellers, such a key. Tina Langley here rolling the dice with 1:51 in the third quarter, trusting Sellers to not pick up the fourth.
Be smart here. A little bit of a reach in, no foul call though. Gotta allow the ball. A scary play just by the way it looked. And
Savia Sellers got lucky. Like, you can't reach in when you got 3 fouls.
you don't miss the Big Ten Network's live coverage of the 2026 All-State Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament from Indianapolis, March 5th through the 7th. That'll be live on Big Ten Networks. We're going to be there. It is going to be a fun tournament. So much parity.
throughout the conference this year, and every single team really proving. Top 15 teams will go out of 18. There's still spots, a few spots left to be determined in these final games.
Well, I cannot wait to see who emerges. UCLA clearly the team to beat.
Frustration on the inbound from Briggs. She gave it up to Kiki Rice. Heady play, this pressure now starting to cause a little bit of problems for Washington.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Corey Close, extending the pressure, trying to create problems for the Huskies, pick up the tempo. It can jumpstart your offense when your defense is playing with that high pace and trapping full court.
Adds to her totals now with 8. And Washington, they've been forced into 3 turnovers in the last minute 20. So pressure paying off for the Bruins, and she gets them both.
Well, we talked about 50, 40, 90 for Gianna Neepkins. Yeah. And Kiki Rice is right there as well. Over 50 from the field, over 40 from 3, and 88 from the free throw line. She's 4 of 4 tonight.
Multiple players, and they got to get it across. And just at the last tick, kick out to Sellers, left side, around and won't drop. Boy, the right idea, but just couldn't get it to go. Rice, about the spin move, gets it out.
I love the hustle back from Sellers. Missed the 3 and sprinted back to avoid a UCLA layup.
That's on the floor and a jump ball. It's going to stay with UCLA. Rice will take a seat. Ledger Walker back into the game.
Kiki Rice, the way that she's playing this year just looks like a senior. And every time I'm here at UCLA, she's in the gym working by herself with trainers before practice, after practice. Just so passionate about this game, and it shows how much she's improved year to year. It's incredible.
Yeah, Court Close talked about the team and making some changes to their shoot-arounds and what they do this year. They're going to call it travel on Hawkes, but we saw a lot of individuals out before they even went in to take a look at video, and really before they even went in, started their actual shoot-around. Individual work, and almost every single player took some one-on-one time to work on their shot.
And Corey Close has talked about how she doesn't have to tell her team to do that. They're doing that on their own.
Yeah, it was their idea. Oh, as Dugalich gets the ball, but knocks Briggs to the floor. So she's going to get called for the personal, her first. Corey Close talking today about, keeping this team present. How many things are going to be pulling them, and so many in their minds with a veteran team, and just fighting to stay present and have those kind of inner circle thoughts and stay focused.
Well, I think for UCLA, the challenge, it's sometimes your greatest strength can become a weakness, and the greatest strength of this team is the experience. They're seniors, they're 6-year seniors, 5th-year seniors. This is their last run, so there's going to be a major sense of urgency when your top 6 players are all going to be moving on to professional basketball at some point or at some level after this year, but you can't look ahead. You have to complete the task here in college first.
Yep, just keep stacking those wins, the value the right things together, and talking a lot about this. And now an offensive foul call going against the Bruins. The Huskies hanging in this one. Much better quarter for them.
Back-to-back fouls drawn by Chloe Briggs. Here, seeing the screen, trying to get through. And I do not agree with that call. I don't think Lauren Betts was doing anything there to be whistled. That was Chloe Briggs coming up to her and wrapping her, but often, the big player does not get the benefit of the doubt.
That's the 3rd personal on Lauren Betts. As the 3rd quarter is winding down, 10 seconds remaining. Steins loses the tee. Oh, beautiful move, but not able to finish. The right idea.
It had the whole defense on skates.
Oh, Neepkins had a good look off the back of the iron, and that will do it for the third quarter. Number 2 UCLA has the 63-48 lead over Washington.
Huskies making a push though.
Down big earlier. They've cut into the deficit. One more quarter to go here in Poly.
Share of the Big Ten regular season championship, just the second share of any conference championship in NCAA history for UCLA. So a big fourth corner coming, but she just is a combination of strength, speed, height, skill, length, name it.
Incredible hands, an excellent passer. I mean, there's not much she's not able to do.
And the willing to pass it where she's not looking for her numbers, and she likes to score.
Yeah, sure
but
does.
making the right read this season.
It's part of the training camp for Team USA senior national team this last December. And one of the only active college player with that group. What an experience that is. Shot clock was down to 3, and Neepkins says, no problem.
That was an incredible find by Charlize Ledger-Walker. With her left hand on the left side, a skip pass with 2 defenders on her.
Charlize Ledger-Walker out of New Zealand. And the player that Corey Close says she will be the steal of the WNBA draft. That a lot of people aren't thinking about her, but talk about versatility. And I know they list her about 5'10", but she is stronger than ever after the injury that she sustained. The knee injury and then transfer from Washington State. High-low, Hawkes puts it up good. 8 points for Hawkes.
A great find by Dugalich.
Speaking of great hands and a great passer.
Dropping it into the bucket on the lob pass for Hawkes.
Largest lead of the game for the Bruins. And 5-0 start to this quarter for UCLA. Sellers. She had Betts out on her, but still able to get the shot off. Betts in perfect position. She got there a little quicker than McGoy, and the help D just a little bit late getting over. You're talking about the great passes from Ledger-Walker. Here they are.
Well, this is with 2 defenders in the area. Her left hand, her off hand, zipping it all the way across the defense. This is an incredible pass. Finding the target. Neepkins is over there. Hello, nobody's out here. Can you get it to me, though? And then this pass, dropping it right into the bucket. The arms of Hawkes, who had the defender trying to front. Weak side defense from the top, can't get there.
She's the string that ties this team together. That's how Corey Close explains Charlize Ledger-Walker. Backs to the line.
Well, and the impressive thing about UCLA is not just how pretty their passes are, but it's a 1.7 assist to turnover ratio. They are one of the best teams in the nation of looking for teammates, getting it to them in their proper timing, but not turning it over with high-risk looks.
Those were the first 2 free throw attempts by Lauren Betts, 1 of 2 from the line. She has 21 points. Sellers drives in and somehow gets that one to bank good. She's in double figures now with 11. Help D coming over, and Avery Howe, perfect timing. The interception. Sophomore out of Boise, Idaho.
Look at Dugalich.
Sellers for length. Yep.
Just couldn't turn the corner on Dugalich. Stopped for the 3 that then was contested with Dugalich's length.
Dugalich in the lane, trying to post up. Oh, Corey Close frustrated. That was a 3-second call because Dugalich was trying to post up Sellers, the smaller defender.
Yeah, she had a mouse in the house. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. That's right. That is
Boy, very close.
very, very tight 3-second whistle.
Officials tonight, Mike Forsberg, Anthony Robinson, Julie Krummenhoek. We got a veteran crew out here. Corey wasn't happy about that one, though. Oh, the rebound taken away from McGoy. She had it momentarily. And Rice with the push and the lefty layup, good. Kiki Rice in double digits with 11.
She's so good in transition with going to that left hand. Just gets in. If she doesn't draw contact, she is finishing.
All-American honorable mention last year. First team all Big Ten member. Got to McGoy and another.
Yeah, Brent.
How about 3 of them?
Let's go. Came in on the season with 2 made threes. She's got 3 tonight. And a career high in Big Ten play.
2 for 16 coming into this game as Ledger Walker tries the wraparound. Betts posts up again, knocks down McGoy. Bucket good for Lauren Betts.
And I think it's a good no call.
Yep.
I mean, when you're on the hip and you're on the shoulder, it just because there's contact and you fall down, it doesn't mean it's a foul.
Yeah.
And I like letting the players play. As long as you're not leading with an elbow.
Yeah.
But contact, when you're inside the paint, you need to expect it.
McGoy credit for trying to draw the contact. It's tipped out. It's going to stay with the Huskies. 5 on the shot clock. Some transition play working for the Bruins with Rice.
This is good defense by Sellers. You force the ball handler to take a tough angle, and she's forcing her basically out of bounds right here. This is not with her on her left shoulder and extended to affect the shot, and that is just a beautiful job of shot making with her offhand by Rice.
It was. What an angle, and that one goes. Dean. Much needed bucket for her. Her first points of the game with 5:09 remaining. Betts back on for the Bruins. Skaya trying to help defensively, and shot clock to 5. Rice with the play call. Betts off the front of the iron. Rice tries to keep it alive, and they call a jump ball. It will stay with the Bruins.
Boy, what a show she's put on today. Really come off the bench to provide a spark for their team.
Yeah, there are so many ways that this can go, and a lot of these picks will maybe be determined as they see how things finish up. As out of the timeout, Meekins rattles that one down. Makes it up good. Well, something that UCLA's done so well the last 3 games is offensive rebounding and then second chance points, and they've done that in this one. 12-0 boards with 19 points off of them tonight, but they did the same thing against Indiana. Over 20 in both of those categories. Wow, that barely even touched the net. That was straight through.
That rainbow right there, you are right. The net didn't even move.
That was pretty. Sellers with 14 points and 4 threes.
Did you ever play on the chain net at the playground?
Oh, yeah.
That one wouldn't even rattle that thing.
Would not. I like that.
Well, and right now, 3:41 to go. Every point is so big when it comes to the net rankings and trying to make the margin of victory bigger for UCLA and less so for UW.
Yeah, there's so many factors that teams have to consider in trying to help their cause for postseason play. That 3 for Ledger Walker, no good. Betts Another offensive rebound for the Bruins. And they get more scoring out of it. Washington will head back home. They'll have their senior day on Sunday against Nebraska. Nebraska, they've been doing some damage as of late. And the Huskies will finish up at Oregon, but for UCLA, they will have their senior day on Sunday as well, as they're going to take on Wisconsin, and they're going to have to finish at USC. That's always a fun one here in Los Angeles. There's a 3 for Howell.
Nice find for Avery Howell. She's in double figures now, 3. Agoy leading the way with 19, Sellers 14, Howell with 11. Oh boy, they just ran into an absolute locomotive in this UCLA team.
Well, 6 of their 8 threes have come in this second half, so just the 2 threes just did not help them out either, as Hawkes somehow hangs on and gives a little reverse. She's got 10 points.
That's good hand-eye coordination. That thing was bopping around, and she snagged it and still able to find an angle on the window.
Turnover, trying to do the over-the-shoulder pass, but instead, how about this nifty play here?
Yeah, watch this. Little soccer skills coming in. You know, Mexico, she's on the Mexican national team for basketball. That time, playing a little footy, getting that thing up off the ground, snagging it for a bucket.
Oh, Big Ten honorable mention last year, and she's going to take a seat. All her numbers up. Now 22 times she's been in double figures this season. And just career high numbers for Gabby Hawkes. Has improved in almost every single area as Betts loses it off the dribble momentarily. Needs some help. The cut without the ball. Rice bails her out. Assist to Lauren Betts. Quick shot from Howell, and you could tell that one had a beautiful spin, was going in.
I mean, she just is a knockdown shooter. I'd love to see her and Gianna Neepkins in a three-point shooting contest.
Yep.
Stick in Savia Sellers. There's many others too, but boy, just a brilliant rotation.
Betts give and go with Bilic. Betts was letting her know, hey, I got her sealed off here, so Bilic gave it to her. Foul's going to go against Sellers, her 4th. Just a little over a minute remaining. Neepkins will take a seat. Bilic back in.
Well, this UCLA team is a well-oiled machine. They do so many things well on both sides of the basketball. And if you're asking, how does UCLA win a national championship? It is use Lauren Betts, paint touches, spray it out. This is a different team than a year ago. They did not shoot the 3-ball well last year, but they're shooting it at a high clip, 38%. So teams are going to have to decide what they're going to give up. Well, that's where they do their damage.
They're so unselfish, too. An incredible assist team. No one cares if they're the high scorer. They want to share the wealth, as you say. And that one goes up and out of play. It'll go the other way. Boy, the second chance points, hustle plays, those are the things. These last few games for UCLA, how about those numbers? Really remarkable.
Well, what's remarkable is that they shoot at such a high efficiency level, the #1 most efficient in terms of shooting percentage. And when they miss, they're grabbing the offensive rebounds at 44%. If there's 2 misses on average, they're grabbing almost 1 of them, and then they're dominating second chance points. That's why it's frustrating for opponents to face them.
UCLA is going to get their 20th win in a row. They will move to 26-1 overall and 16-0 in conference play. And They've now had 13 of the last 14 games in double-digit wins.
Yeah, it's not just a matter of them racking up wins. It's in this really difficult Big Ten schedule where they're facing teams that could be in the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four every other night. I mean, it is incredible with 12 of the 18 teams slated to make the NCAA tournament, and they are mowing teams down.
Well, and talking about, you know, this is a Washington team that was recently ranked. They're now receiving votes, but 10 of their ranked wins, 7 of those 10 were coming from Big Ten play. I mean, that's what this conference has been able to get them ready for with postseason coming up. Sellers isn't giving up just yet. Trying to get the steal from Dugalich and gets fouled in the process.
Hustle, but boy, you don't want to see Xavier Sellers getting up, grabbing at that hip.
Not with 8.7 seconds left.
I love the hustle. Right. I love playing to the final whistle, but I don't love to see Xavier Sellers get a knock here.
You want to see her able to play against Nebraska. They will have them on Sunday. We're going to have that one for you on Big Ten Network as well. They'll finish up at Oregon. You just saw them facing Oregon. And that was a hard-fought battle. And Dugalich will let the clock wind down. UCLA, a share of the regular season title with 2 more games to go. We'll see if they can win it outright. But congratulations to Corey Close and the Bruins.